From translation, ISV International Standard Version. This 294th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Mark 14. Mark chapter 14, verses 1 to 72. Now the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread were 2 days away. The chief priests and the scribes were looking for a way to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. But they were saying, not during the festival, so that there won't be a riot among the people. While he was in Bethany at the home of Simon the leper, and reclining at the table, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very costly perfume of pure nard. She broke the jar and poured it over his head. Some were indignantly saying to one another, what was the point of wasting the expensive perfume? This perfume could have been sold for more than 300 denarii and the money given to the poor. And they were scolding her harshly. But Jesus said, leave her alone. Why do you trouble her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. You always have the poor with you and you can do good for them whenever you want, but you don't always have me. What she has done has prepared my body for burial. I assure you, wherever the gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, what she has done will be told in memory of her. Then Judas Iscariot, who was one of the 12, went to the chief priests to betray Jesus to them. When they heard this, they were glad and promised to give him money. So he began looking for an opportunity to betray him. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, when they sacrificed the Passover lamb, his disciples asked him, where do you want us to go and prepare for you to eat the Passover? So he sent 2 of his disciples and told them, go into the city, and a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you. Follow him, whatever he enters, say to the owner of the house, the teacher asks, where is my guest room where I may eat the Passover with my disciples? Then he will show you a large upstairs room, furnished and ready. Prepare for us there. So the disciples left, went into the city, and found everything just as he had told them, and they prepared the Passover. When it was evening, he came with the 12. As they were reclining and eating, Jesus said, I assure you, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me. They became distressed and began to say to him one after another, surely not I. He said to them, it is one of the 12, the one who is dipping bread with me into the bowl. The Son of Man is going away just as it is written about him. But how terrible it is for that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been better for that man if he had never been born. While they were eating, he took a loaf of bread, and after giving thanks, he broke it and gave it to them and said, take it. This is my body. Then he took a cup, and after giving thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank from it. He said to them, this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many. I assure you, I will never drink again from the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God. After singing a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Then Jesus told them, all of you will be turned away, because it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go ahead of you into Galilee. Peter told him, even if all the others are turned away, I won't be. Jesus told him, I assure you this day, yes, tonight, before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. But he kept insisting emphatically, even if I have to die with you, I will never deny you. And all of them said the same thing. They went to a place called Gethsemane, and he told his disciples, sit here while I pray. He took Peter and James and John with him and began to be distressed and troubled. Then he told them, my soul is deeply grieved to the point of death. Remain here and keep watch. He went a little farther, fell to the ground, and prayed that if it were possible, the hour might pass from him. He said, Abba, Father, all things are possible for you. Take this cup away from me, yet not what I want but what you want. Then he came and found them sleeping. He said to Peter, Simon, are you asleep? Couldn't you keep watch for 1 hour? Keep watching and praying that you may not come into the time of testing. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Again he went away and prayed, saying the same words. Then he came back and found them sleeping again, because their eyes were very heavy. They didn't know what to say to him. Then he came a 3rd time and told them, are you still sleeping and taking your rest? It is enough, the hour has come. Look, the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up, let's go, see, my betrayer is here. While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a crowd with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders. The betrayer had given them a signal, saying, the one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away securely. When he came, he went up to Jesus at once and said, Rabbi, and kissed him. They laid hands on Jesus and arrested him. But one of those standing near drew his sword, struck the servant of the high priest, and cut off his ear. Then Jesus said to them, have you come out with swords and clubs as if I were a robber? Every day I was with you in the temple courts, and you didn't arrest me, but let the scriptures be fulfilled. Then all the disciples left him and fled. Now a certain young man was following him, wearing only a linen cloth. They caught hold of him, but he left the linen cloth and ran away naked. They took Jesus to the high priest, and all the chief priests, the elders, and the scribes assembled there. Peter followed him at a distance, right into the courtyard of the high priest. He was sitting with the guards and warming himself by the fire. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death, but they didn't find any. Many gave false testimony against him, but their testimony didn't agree. Some stood up and gave this false testimony against him. We heard him say, "I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days I will build another not made with hands." But even on this point their testimony didn't agree. The high priest stood up in the middle, asked Jesus, "Do you have no answer? What is this they are testifying against you?" But he was silent and didn't answer anything. Again the high priest asked him, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?" Jesus said, "I am, and you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "Why do we still need witnesses? You have heard his blasphemy. What is your verdict?" And they all condemned him to be deserving of death. Then some of them began to spit on him, to blindfold him, and to strike him with their fists, saying, "Prophesy." The guards also took him and beat him. While Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she looked at him and said, "You also were with Jesus the Nazarene." But he denied it, saying, "I neither know nor understand what you're talking about." Then he went out to the gateway, and a rooster crowed. When the servant girl saw him there, she began again to say to those standing by, "This one is one of them." But he denied it again. After a little while, those standing there again said to Peter, "Certainly you are one of them, because you are also a Galilean." Then he began to curse and swear with an oath, "I don't know this man you're talking about." Immediately the rooster crowed a second time. Then Peter remembered the word Jesus had spoken to him, "Before the rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times." And he broke down and wept.